What'd you get for Christmas?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was like weeks ago what I got for Christmas. I don't know.
I interrupted you at the worst time.
This is how we start the show. What did I get for Christmas? I got a new year to make content with my friend. What did you get for Christmas? Does it have to do with how caffeinated you are today?
Do you want me to tell the exact same story I just said?
Yes, I do.
Hey, my girlfriend got me a coffee grinder. I'm not measuring the coffee. This is one of those days where I'm peaking on caffeine. So, and I'm not even done half the cup yet. This is going to be, I might pass out by the end of this.
Oh my God. That's what a great way to start the year is you're just over the moon on coffee. What I got for Christmas were some brand new cards courtesy of Lorwyn Eclipsed. So hi, welcome to the CovertGoBlue podcast. Use promo code CGBpod at coolstuffing.com and get a discount. My guest is Rarran. He likes magic cards sometimes, but he's going to tell us whether or not these ones are good because he's really smart and great at card gaming, aren't you?
Wow. Thanks, man.
I know. Read the card, explain the card.
Normally we do this to make each other mad and show you how stupid we are, but I really appreciate the compliment. Surely it's going to hold up. Whoa, the art here is sick. Can you give me the lore of Lorwyn Eclipsed here? Like,
oh, sure. I can give you a little intro. Lorwyn Eclipsed in my brand approved style guide says that it is a fairy tale like land with two contrasting planes, Shadowmoor, the dark side, and Lorwyn, the light side. Order versus chaos, light versus dark, shadow versus not shadow, sunshine. So I'm assuming that Moon Shadow here is coming over from the Shadowmoor side of the plane.
Come on. Hearthstone had literally the first set of this year was called Into the Emerald Dream. And it's like the same thing. Like what you just described, like there's the dream, I forget what it's called, Dreamhaven, Dreamworld that Ysera runs, and now all these things are infecting it. And it's like bad versus good. Like, are they in cahoots? Like we seem to have very close first IP sets. It's actually really interesting. Anyways,
I got a rep for the boomers. Lorwyn did this 18 years ago. This is our second visit to the plane of Lorwyn, and the first visit was 18 years ago. What was Hearthstone doing 18 years ago? What sets were they releasing? What cards were popping off?
Ben Brode was 18 years ago. Would have been what? That's 2006? No, 2008. So Hearthstone would have been maybe in its inception.
Ben Brode was farming in World of Warcraft and had a thought.
Yeah, I would somewhere around that. I don't know how long it takes to develop a card game, but considering they were like the first online version of it, I feel like they had to start relatively early, but I have no idea when they started. So I guess you take the we copied you guys. Well, I'm not taking any credit. I don't work on Hearthstone, but all right, Moon Shadow, 1 mana. 1 black mana, sorry. Creature, elemental, menace. This creature enters with 6 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever one or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Okay, so whoa. 1 mana 7/7, but it comes as a 1 mana 1/1.
Menace too.
Okay, so here's the thing. Hearthstone had a card called Undertaker, which this is kind of reminiscent of it, where it started off really puny, but then every time you played a Death Rattle minion, it only got bigger.
I remember that little bitch. Remember that card.
Yeah, that card got really strong really quickly. Now, that was 2014 Hearthstone. I don't know if that card is playable in current Hearthstone. There's a chance, but I doubt it. This is probably going to be around the same line, but I feel like you can put more cards in your graveyard faster than you can play Death Rattle minion. So what's the average rate for your 1-drops? Like a 1 mana 1/1, 1/2 maybe?
I mean, a 1 mana 2/2 is like very unusual and usually has something bad about it. So a 1 mana 2/1 is typically as good as it gets.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is if I'm on the play and I go and then I put 1 card in my graveyard, this card's playable. As long as 1 card,
a permanent card.
Yeah, permanent card is. Well, I mean, permanent's basically everything you're running in your deck, right?
So spells are not permanents. Oh my God! I got to drop that on you.
Wait,
so instants and sorceries. Instants and sorceries aren't permanents.
Oh, I guess that makes sense because they're not like on board. They're just like played. They're like casted, and then they impact the board. That's it. You know, I've never really thought about that. Okay, so not spells.
Wait, all this time you didn't know that? Oh my God.
I don't think
I'm a terrible host.
I don't think you've ever mentioned it, but you know what? I'm not going to blame you whatsoever because I think after you saying that out loud, it is actually incredibly obvious. I just don't think I've ever actually thought about it. But that's fine. Like I've done so well on this channel, right? Like my track record is like what?
Honestly, you've crushed
maybe?
Everything. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Okay, so as long as if you throw one permanent in your graveyard, and I think that's pretty likely based on what you've shown me so far. And I guess we're rating this in standard, right? This is what we're yapping about here.
Yep.
I think this is pretty
standard
good.
Yap.
It's in black.
So, good old rating scale 1 to 5. 1, sees no play, or you could call it a commander card if you want to. 2, very, very niche play. 3, staple, does like a job in some matchups, sideboard card, 1 or a 2 of. 4, like absolute like rock star, gets played in a deck, has decks built around it, is a major thing. And 5, gets something banned, possibly itself.
I don't think this would be a 5. Or maybe like, is there like a discard black deck currently?
A discard black deck, like a self-discard black deck?
Yes.
Technically no, but I will say there hasn't been a great payoff for that. So like there's a lot of like self-discard decks, blue and red.
Yeah.
And I don't think mana is a problem. I was saying this with another recording that I did. I'm pretty sure the way that the mana is now with Starting Town, Multiversal Passage, all of the shocklands in the format, I'm pretty sure you can run any color combination you want. So this could go in a deck that like discards cards very quickly.
I wish this was like retroactive, but that might be too broken. Like it has to be on board when you put stuff in your graveyard. I don't know. I think this is maybe like a 2 or a 3. Like it's fine. I don't know how much how much do stats really matter in your game?
Do you remember Heartfire Hero?
Yes, but I think that's because the death rattle, right? Or not the death rattle, like when it dies or something, it like
yeah, the dies effect was really good. Yeah.
So this doesn't have that. This is like a 1-mana 1/1, and then you also have to have anything that discards and puts it in your graveyard. Which, if you don't have that, like you're running a 1-mana 1/1.
Yeah.
So like, I think if there was a deck that you could slot this in immediately, then sure, but. Does Magic do this thing where I've actually never really like paid attention to this, so you're gonna have to answer. Hearthstone usually, when they design sets, they have for each individual class, they kind of have like, I'm not gonna call it a pre-built deck, but they have like basically cards that you would put all of them into one particular deck. So is there more discard synergy in this set that actually helps this out or no?
I haven't read every card in the set, but discarding is not a major theme of this set.
All right.
So my first impression is no.
Can I go 2.5? Is that legal?
No, it's not. You have to go one direction or the other. We're not cowards here. We're not babies who just shoot straight up the middle. Okay.
I'll go 2.
2. All right. I gotta go with 4 for Moon Shadow. I really believe in this card, and we'll see. It's a mythic, so I might be costing some people real money, but I feel like this has to be a rock star. Some of the things that are going on with this, one, as Menace, it's a lot harder to block than a Heartfire Hero, so it's gonna get damage in. In standard, we don't have the classic fetch lands, but in formats where we do, this thing is almost guaranteed to be like a 3/3, 4/4 very quickly. And in this format, like there's the graveyard decks. If you just play an effect that mills you, like a Dredger's Insight or whatever other cards that like discard, like obvious Bookworm and Surveil cards do it, like the freaking 2-mana Surveil Spider. Anyway, this was a top 8 deck at Worlds that was like a reanimate combo deck. This doesn't easily fit into that, but it also doesn't not fit into that. Like, I'm kind of curious to see if a Reanimator deck wants to play a turn 1 thing that can grow into a massive threat that the opponent has to deal with or get around. And then when they do deal with that, then you switch into combo mode. I really want to see this card in action. Not only that, sacrifice. We didn't even talk about like actual sacrifice decks that are designed to like make Sephiroth go burr, and those decks are really gonna love Moonshadow. So I mean, it's really good. It's really good.
Sephiroth go burr in Magic the Gathering.
I know. We're gonna have to talk about Universes Beyond. We don't have a choice. It's more than half of standard after this year. So I get to say all kinds of fun things like this plus Donatello. Not the painter. Crazy. How did this happen?
Oh, the turtle. The turtle.
Yeah, the turtle. Exactly. The turtle. This and Spock. Bro, yeah, how do we do this? Frodo is gonna combo off so hard. You have no idea. All right, anyway.
It'll be an exciting year.
It's gonna be a year, man. It's gonna be great.
Sure,
we got a whole year of this. You know what? You know how I feel about it when I talk about the year that way? Let me show you.
Emptiness.
Yeah. That's the joke.
Is this a card you actually want me to review? That was an excellent segue. Excellent segue.
It is. I planned it.
Emptiness.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, 4 neutral, white, black. Is that how you say that? White or black?
Hybrid white, black, or hybrid Orzhov. Like, we don't even know what we're doing with this.
Okay. Elemental Incarnation. What a type. When this creature enters, if white was spent to cast it, return target creature a card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. When this creature enters, if black was spent to cast it, put 3 -1/-1 counters on it on up to 1 target creature. Sorry. 3 -1/-1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Remind me what Evoke does, because I actually don't remember.
Yeah, it's a very important part of the card. So the Evoke is for 2 hybrid. Black, white. And evoke means you may cast it for this cost. If you do, when it enters, a trigger goes on the stack to sacrifice it immediately.
Oh, so you're playing it for like when this creature enters?
Yes.
Basically. So you could spend 2 mana to have. Wait, isn't that insane? Wait, that's actually so nutty. 2 mana to get a 3 mana value card back, because I'm assuming that's what you're going to end up doing. Or you just clear a... Oh, I guess it's only 1.
Or you nerf or kill something, yes.
2 mana for removal doesn't sound very good. And like if you bring this card back... Well, I say removal, but like -3 counters. I guess that might be important though. Is Evoke instant or is it... Sorry.
Evoke is the speed of the card itself. So because this creature doesn't have flash, the Evoke is not instant speed.
This is an interesting card though. This creature enters if white was spent to cast it. Return target creature card. That is so much potential. I mean, it kind of works with the card you just showed me too, right?
In theory, it could. Yeah.
It sends itself to the graveyard, and maybe you pull something else back out. Like that's kind of interesting.
That's right. Yeah, it would remove a counter from the shadow just by nature of evoking itself. Yeah.
And then I guess if you really need the removal, 2 mana for -3/-3 sounds horrific though. But I guess you're paying for the versatility of the card.
Historically speaking, that effect gets played sometimes. It's not like a slam dunk, but it's not bad.
The white one definitely seems that sentence sounded really weird. Spending white mana sounds way better than spending the black mana. I will say that this card actually seems pretty decent. I like the versatility of it. I think Evoke is Evoke just like inherently a really good keyword? That sounds insanely interesting.
I think so. There's a whole series of these, and if we go fast enough, I'll get to show you more of them.
Okay. Fast and Furious. I'm gonna go with this card's it's maybe a 3. I'll go 3. I actually think it has 3. I think it has a chance to get played because it's just so versatile. So I like 3. It makes sense.
Yeah, the versatility on these is really good, and I like 3 for these as well because like you don't lose out a lot by having this in your deck if you have some things you would actually want to reanimate, and if you cast this in the late game, like if a game goes long and grinds out and you cast this and get all the modes, like that's a lot of value, so it gives you something good. I love the flexibility of these cards. I don't like the sorcery speedness of them, but they're good. Also, elementals, like all of these evoke cards you'll see are elementals, so there might be tricks to like resurrect all elementals that make it much more appealing in some way. Not to mention you have cards like the Moon Shadow that trigger off permanents specifically, and normally you would have to run spells to get these effects, but because they're evoke creatures, they're permanents, you do get those Moon Shadow triggers, and there are other cards like that. So yeah, I like the evoke cards a lot, and I think they're going to be very strong. They're very strong cards. All right, how about a red card? Let's show you a Goblin.
Wait, so are you going with 3 or no? What was your answer?
I'm going with 3. Yeah, okay, I'm also on a 3. Yep.
Okay. Hexing Squelcher. Oh, speaking of squelching, sorry, I had a brain blast there. Last time we did a video, I don't know if you remember.
Caffeine, by the way. This is what happens to him when his coffee gets out of hand.
I had a flashback there. Last time we did a video, we talked about at the end of it, like muting your opponent.
Yes.
And that's where the squelcher came in. Yes, because that's what it's called in Hearthstone. Did you read any of the comments for that video? I didn't read any of them. I was curious what people thought about it. Oh,
well, damn it. Now you're going to expose me for not reading my own comments. Hold up.
Would be cut over the video?
No,
I didn't say anything?
We have to go look now.
Wow, Hexing Squelcher.
Jesus Christ. Anything we could find. Oh no, hold on. God damn it.
Caught. Doesn't read comments. Unreal.
Doesn't read comments.
I also not reading comments.
I've been on vacation. Dude, nothing burns you out at the end of the year like freaking
more than comments,
whatever we were like the comments. Yeah, so where is this video? Did I publish this video? What happened?
Maybe it didn't just come out yet.
There it is. Oh God, Libby called it flourishing. That's what's on the thumbnail. That's really funny. Most of them are just talking about the Up the Bean, that I didn't tell you how good Up the Beanstalk is or something. The top comment is, I'm amused that CGB was basically emoting Rarran during this emote rant.
Okay. All right. I was hoping for more, intricate discussions about the logistics and the whole nuances of, squelching versus non-squelching, but okay. It's fine. Hexing Squelcher, one neutral, one red, creature, goblin, sorcerer. What the dude? I'm gonna say the art in this set is so good so far. Everything you've shown me looks incredible. This spell can't be countered. Ward, pay 2 life. Spells you control can't be countered. Oh, other creatures you control have ward, pay 2 life. Wait, whoa. Well, this is kind of overloaded, no?
Tell me more.
2 mana 2/2 doesn't sound very good. But you could almost view this as a 2 mana 4/2 if the ward is procced. Spells you control can't be countered. So that means going forward while this card's on the board, anything you cast just automatically resolves.
It goes on the stack. The opponent can target it with a counter spell. It just won't work. Nothing will happen when it resolves. Yeah.
You control have ward, pay 2. Man, this is kind of an overloaded card though. What the hell? You just never.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just I gotta remember in Magic, because it's been a while since I played this game, but you can't decide what you're attacking. They have to decide to block with it, unless you have a spell. But if you have the spell, then it's already doing the damage. And then it's also on every other creature. Ward only procs if you as the player target it, right? It's not like if a minion blocks it. You're not.
That's right.
You're not targeting it. I think this is insane. Is mono red still good? Probably.
It's been taking a little hiatus since the loss of Screaming Nemesis. Yeah.
We're actually so back. Wait, this in Nemesis would have gone insane.
Yeah, that would have been something.
Wow. I think this is great. If you play this on curve, this seems so strong. This is annoying. Oh my god. This is so frustrating to deal with. This reminds me of Leper from Hearthstone, which was a 1-mana 2/1 death rattle, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. So like regardless of how you deal with it, it just always does damage to you. Now Leper was 1 mana, which made it very good. But I think because it gives all of that to your other creatures, becomes incredibly frustrating. The question ends up being, how much like AoE is there? That's probably the more fundamental problem, because I think if you're mono red going first and you go 1-drop into this, like the game's already in a really good spot for you. I think this is like a 4. Like this seems like in Hearthstone, like if there was an equivalent to Ward, which there has not been yet, this would be so annoying to deal with. So I like it a lot. 4. I'm going with 4. I think it's really good.
They just banned Screaming Nemesis, and when they what they wrote about banning Screaming Nemesis was, Screaming Nemesis removes all counterplay to the red archetype, which made it too strong.
Nice.
It literally removes all counterplay of any kind.
Well, the counterplay is that you have to use minions to deal, or creatures to deal with this.
Well, not every deck wants to run 1 and 2 cost well-statted creatures.
Sure.
But I guess we have to now.
So then there becomes the debate of, is there another aggro deck in the format to keep the format healthy?
Great question. Great question.
Because if there's not, and I hate to say this out loud because I know how much you hate this, but isn't mono red a necessary evil in order to keep the format healthy?
Jesus Christ. Come on, man. I thought we were friends. I thought we could do this together.
I go on, I'm calling out Voxy here because I'm going on Twitch and I go say, oh, Voxy's playing standard. Why is she playing mono red, bro? Like, doesn't she have every card in the game?
When did this happen?
I want to say like last week or the week before. I can't remember.
Last week?
Whenever she was playing standard in the last month, she was playing mono red.
I'm gonna call her. Where's my phone? This can't be true.
You trained her on mono red earlier last year, didn't you?
She had a tournament or something. She better have something coming up. She better have a reason for this. Oh wait, she does. There's a spotlight series in like Atlanta, like I think like inner town. Okay, yeah, I think there's a tournament inner town she's going to. What is a spotlight
series for those who do have no idea?
It's a big. Everybody here knows. I'm whatever. It's a big Magic tournament.
Oh, I didn't get my invitation. I mean, that's why I was.
Wow. 20 plus years in the game, going on 30 years in the game for me. I didn't get an invitation. This guy comes in here like, guys, where's my invitation? You'd run some garbage Hexling Squelcher deck too.
No. I would be like, if I got an invite to that tournament, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to call up my good friend CGB, who's been playing this game for 30 years. I mean, like, what's the lineup you're bringing?
And I'm going to do it too. Yeah, lineup. This is going to blow your mind. You only bring one deck, you weirdo.
What?
Yeah. These tournaments are like infinite days of rounds. This is like 30-hour tournaments. You only get one deck. Yeah.
And it's best of ones? Like you just...
No. It's best of 3. You okay?
I'm just trying to ask myself why they would ever do a tournament like this, but... I was thinking about like what is the benefit of this tournament, but
not gonna lie, one of my favorite things about Hearthstone and watching Hearthstone footage was that you guys have multiple decks. Oh, I'm so jealous of that.
Wait, so hold on. Just so I'm clear, you just gave me a revelation. At Worlds last year, did they only bring one deck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, so my entire philosophy of how tournaments are run in Magic is completely obliterated, because I thought it was for sure like you bring multiple and they, even without a ban, like you're still picking 3. You're picking 1. Dude, that is insane.
Tell me more.
Why would they do that? Is it because they don't expect players to pay the money to actually own the cards? If you're playing at that high of a level, like
what?
Okay. I'm trying to think of like what Wizards. I love you guys. Hey, I love you. Big fans. But I'm just trying to understand I'm trying to rationalize it in my head. I really don't understand why you wouldn't want to bring 3 decks. Because how could You know, I'm not going to finish this sentence. Continue. What were we talking about before, Voxy? Yeah, Hexing Sculpture. Great card.
Not awkward at all. Tell me, how would you enforce that there were 3 different decks?
You make a format that enforces it. You just take Hearthstones. Just do Conquest. Each time you have to bring 4 decks. Your opponent gets 1 ban. So that there
but how do you ensure they're different? Because technically in Magic, any card can go in any deck.
I don't think that matters. I think if you want to bring 3 variants of mono red, like obviously it can't be card for card. So you would have to make a rule that's like it is at least 1 card different or at least 5 cards different or something.
I wonder how many people. See, those are the rules that are messy. I wonder how many people would bring 4 variants of mono red.
Wait, now you do bring up a good point. I did not think about the fact that like in Hearthstone you have to pick a class and then you build a deck. Like in Magic you can do whatever you want. So then you would make the rule that says like you have to at least include 3 colors or something along those lines. This just so there is, it's like making sure that they're using, I'm using quotations here, like multiple classes. But,
okay, so for deck number 2, I put 1 white card in my sideboard. Does that count?
Listen, I'm not the commissioner of the.
See, it gets messy. It gets messy.
But how is that a representation of Magic the Gathering skill and meta as a whole? If I'm only bringing 1 deck, like that feels like you're one of the more. Okay, hold on. I'm about to.
I love this. I love this. This caffeinated. I did not know I was going to open this can of coffee beans today. This is amazing.
The benefit of doing Conquest in Hearthstone, and I don't know if it translates 1-to-1 to Magic, but not only does it matter for how you play in the particular game, but your lineup actually matters a lot. Because then as a player, you have to ask yourself, is it worth targeting a particular class and banning the counter to the rest of my decks in order to win that best of 5? Or is it better to just go for like the best angle across the metagame and try to just make sure I'm playing optimally? Like there is a lot of like outside of the game thinking that needs to be done in order for you to actually be the best player. And we actually saw this at the World Championship that just happened. Like the person who brought the best lineup ended up basically winning the entire tournament, other than the fact that they played incredibly well. So like, I feel like in order to really have like a world championship, this is just my humble opinion as someone who doesn't play a lot of Magic. Now, yes, I don't understand how the logistics would work, but I do think it's really important to have kind of like a breadth of decks to bring, because it showcases multiple angles of a Magic the Gathering player. Because do you ever want your world championship winner to be like, I played mono red, I just curved? Like why would I want that?
It's worked out in the past, yes.
Interesting.
I'm devil's advocating pretty hard here because I've heard all these arguments before, because I'm 100% on your side. I think it's really stupid that it's just a 1 deck tournament. So what they lean on is limited. So there are 6 limited rounds at the World Championship, which means they have to play, from Voxy style draft, basically. Is how they have to play 6 of their 8 rounds, but they only have 1 deck for the constructed rounds.
Wait, even in the limited, you're still opening packs and you have to get somewhat lucky in order. I'm saying lucky as in like when you building your deck to build like the best deck possible, because there is that unfair advantage of someone just opening the packs in the correct order and they just build the best deck. So like that takes away from the hours and preparation going into a lineup. Okay, anyways, we're getting side tangent.
I agree. No, I agree. I like, guys, let's do multiple decks, please. Why is it wrong to have 3 different archetypes? Like, why can't we do this? Wizards, please?
Yeah,
I know Magic cards are expensive, but when it comes to the world, like the Spotlight series shouldn't be that way, because it's really expensive to get 3 decks and it would actually like really hurt people's ability or desire to play. But the World Championships, come on.
How do you qualify for? Okay, this is the last question before we go back to Lorwyn Eclipsed. But how do you qualify for the World Championship in your game? Like what
win a lot. There's a lot of ways to do it. But like the top 8 at this Spotlight series is one way to do it.
Do you win a prize for getting top 8 in any of these tournaments?
Yeah, there's a lot of prizes. I think the top 8 for a Spotlight series is Pro Tour invites, but the top 2 go to Worlds, I think is how it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's money. There's money
I was gonna
too.
make the claim that like Wizards of the Coast gives you a prize money that you reinvest in yourself as a player, but like maybe people don't have the option to do that, which is fair. So maybe it's up to Wizards of the Coast to maybe help the players to do it. Like I don't know.
When they've done things on Arena, there are God accounts. There's things they can do. But
that's what I'm saying. Like if you Hearthstone gives you like a super account just like that. When you play on the World Championship, you're not using your actual account. They give you an account with everything given to you, like all cosmetics and whatever you want. So in World Championships, like I'm guessing they play physically. So if they play with physical cards, like I feel like Wizards of the Coast could just give you the cards. But then maybe the issue would be that they're worried that people are going to steal the cards from them, and because they have inherent value, that's a little messy. And then
I don't know. That part I'm pretty sure they could, but who knows? Who knows?
I just feel, listen, that is a very interesting thing here. I'm actually kind of shocked that that's just one deck, but whatever. It's
so hexing Squelcher is a 4?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. You?
I was getting on my high horse. I was getting on my rant about how this card is so stupid that it exists. It does force basically board wipes, but mono red is very good at punishing board wipes, because when you tap out to play your mass removal, they just play hasty threats and burn spells while your counter spell shields are down and kill you. This card is so nasty. This is the anti-me card, and it's not like the decks I like were OP to begin with. So I'm really tempted, after Screaming Nemesis kind of removed all counterplay, for this to get a 5 as well. The fact that it gives it to all the other creatures is so frustrating too, because every spot removal interactive, every counterspell and every spot removal card in your hand feels so dead.
I have a question. Mechanically, if I put 2 Squelchers on the board, does my opponent have to pay 4 life per ward? Or only just what? Wait, that's actually insane.
Yep.
All right, good luck.
Yep. So the downside of Squelcher, the thing that might keep it in check, is that it's a 2-mana 2/2 with no haste, which hasn't been good enough for mono red in a long time. And if everybody in the entire format just plays like curve out stats, the Squelcher is bad, because they're not trying to counter your spells and they're not trying to target your stuff. So is that the game you want to play, Wizards? Because that seems like the incentive.
Yeah, so this makes a metagame that maybe is extremely polarizing. Which is not healthy for games, especially like we talked last time. You showed me that the Badger Mole or whatever the hell it's called, and that card on itself makes the game extremely polarizing if they have one. This is kind of the same thing, but like in a different way, which is, you don't. Hearthstone actually learned very early on that you don't want cards that are dropped on turn 1 or 2 to decide the outcome of a game.
Well, we're in 30 years of Magic. We haven't figured that shit out when it comes to red. Jesus. Okay. Do I want to give it a 5 because it's going to get something banned? I don't think they'll have the courage to ban this. I think it's going to be a 4. I don't like, though, that the red deck will be able to keep interacting with Shock on Badger Mole Cub, but nobody else can interact with it without basically dying. So 4 for this piece of goblin garbage that I hate severely in my soul. So much about keeping this quick, by the way. It's fine. Fine.
Speaking about keeping it quick, I have another side tangent for you. When you read a card before you show it to me or Simo, because I'm sure before this you read cards by yourself and just got irrationally mad. Do you have like a visceral reaction when you see a card like this? Are you like, you see the spoilers and you're like, are you serious?
I do. In this case, I've been an ambassador on the sets for a while, but in this case, I got really early access to the set, like really early, because I did a project for Wizards directly. So I saw this one before anything about it was public, and I've just been sitting here lamenting, like, what am I gonna do?
Now you have a lot of time to think about it. So you had your first impression.
Thinking about this. This card has been rent free in my head for 2 months. This card is probably the reason I took a break for 2 weeks.
Oh wait, wow, that's
yeah. It's not that I wanted holiday time with my family. It's that I wanted time away from thinking about this little card.
Oh man, that's not. I was gonna say, like, you had the first impression, and now you see this, and you're like, oh, that's Oh,
guys, if I seemed a little shook in some videos in November, December, now you know why.
Wait, you got this in November?
Don't worry about it, okay? Stop thinking about it. It's fine. It's fine. Yep. Hashtag MTG ambassador. I don't know. Let's not talk about this card anymore. Let's read this card.
Okay. I'm gonna go with High Perfect Morcant. More can't. That sounds right? Thoughts?
More and I can't. Yes.
More and I can't. Okay. 2 neutral, 1 black, 1 green. This is a legendary creature, Elf Noble. When this or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1. They each put a -1/-1 counter on a creature they control. Tap 3 untapped elves you control. Proliferate. Activate only as sorcery. Choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind already there. So this is what, to like double the blights on your
increase the blights. Yep. Or if you have +1/+1 counters on your creatures, it can increase those.
There's also a 4/4. Okay, so let's imagine I have nothing else on the board. Do you want to blight one of their creatures? I think this is trash.
Yeah.
I think the only way this is good is if you have some like giga combo that I just don't know the cards in the standard collection to do this. Maybe in Commander this is a little bit better, but you need to have 3 elves you control to just get the wombo combo, and like that already seems like a pretty hard thing to do in standard. And you're also tapping them to do this, which means you kind of leave yourself a little bit vulnerable depending what your opponent's doing, because you're only affecting things that have counters. I think it's trash.
Wow.
Maybe Commander card.
Okay, Commander card 1. Okay.
No way you think
I
this is
don't
good.
know, man. It has a lot of the makings of a Commander card, but I feel like a Commander card would be like a 2/4 or have some bad stat line. It's still a 4-mana 4/4 that shrinks their entire board when it enters. And it doesn't trigger ward, so maybe it's the Squelcher is already in my head.
It's not their entire board though. It's just one creature. Like you need more elves.
Each opponent blights 1. Yeah, they put a -1 on a creature, and then you need more elves. Yeah, it
seems so bad.
It is whenever another elf enters, though. Like,
yeah, but that's under the assumption that this thing lives, and you could say to me like, oh, if you play this on like turn 7 or whatever, and you play a bunch of elves, but at that point, I think you're already winning.
I don't know. I think an elf deck could happen. I think an elf deck could be a thing.
It's like but like even if you have like Lonra elves, which I'm assuming is an elf based on the name, I don't know for
crazy.
Sure,
I know.
Let's go with that. Like I would rather tap for mana and do something more powerful than play this. So I think this is horrible. Like I can see it.
But Badger Bowl Cub, you can proliferate the earth-bended land. What's wrong?
No,
okay.
No way.
I'm gonna give it a 2 for niche player, but I got kind of excited about this card. I think it's a nasty I think this is a nasty card. I don't know. If there's an elf deck, I think this card does a lot of work. So I don't know. I'm a little higher on it. Whatever. Here. Okay. How about this card?
I'm sorry.
Before I show you any other typo cards, you should know about this card.
Cute. Beautiful Explorer. 2 neutral, 1 green. Shapeshifter, Changeling. This creature is every creature type. Sorry, this card is every creature type. When this creature enters, create a tapped Mutavault token. It's a land with tap, add 1. I forget what mana type that is, but it's like the one that doesn't have like a color and no star. What is that one called?
Colorless.
Is that what a colorless mana looks like? Okay. Add a colorless mana and add 1. This token becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until the end of turn. It's still a land.
It's a Mutavault. This is it. This is what a Mutavault is. It's an old card. Now it's just a token.
What am I looking at? What is this?
A Mutavault.
Like a cave or something. I'm not really.
It's a vault with Muta.
Did you watch the Stranger Things finale?
No.
Okay, I won't spoil it.
Thank you.
I think if people know what I'm talking about, this kind of looks like it. Okay, so it's just that card. Okay, I see what you're saying. 3 for a 1/1. I mean, sure, and I guess it's Changeling, which could be very beneficial depending on if you need it in your deck. I also think like the Mutavault token's actually not horrible either. because it is a land. You could get an additional mana the turn after, so it's almost like you're ramping in a sense, but you also get it. You got to pay 1 for it to become a creature, but that's fine. So would I pay 3 mana to get a land that can become a 2/2? That's a great question. Maybe.
It's an interesting question, isn't it?
Does Badger Mole run this? Maybe.
Ooh, does Badger Mole run this?
That's probably where I'm leaning to. This is a card, though, I will say that just because of the fact that it does have Changeling and the Mutavault is like everything, that's kind of good. It's a very versatile card, but the question is, you're losing so much tempo here. Again, this is like a card that I think is going to be probably decent in Commander. But in Standard, you're paying 3 mana for a 1/1. And I guess you get the additional mana, so we'll go with a 2 mana 1/1. The mana stacks, or you get an additional mana every single turn afterwards, so it may have a chance. And then it works positively with Badger, so that's good. I mean, maybe. I could see it. I don't think it's great, but I could see probably like a 2, maybe a 3, but I'm gonna go with 2. Really?
Would you just play a Mutavault if you could?
How much mana was the Mutavault? 0.
It's a land.
Tapping for 1 neutral mana. Colorless mana, sorry. Mutavault becomes a 2/2 creature with all creatures. So you pay 1. You could still tap it for the mana after it becomes a creature, but like, why would you at that point? I mean, maybe that one's not horrible. When did this card get released? Like, how old is Mutavault?
Mutavault? Oh God, when did Mutavault come out?
Because if you say like
before, 20 years ago, no, probably like 15, something like that.
Nah, maybe in current Magic I wouldn't run it.
Interesting.
I think this goes crazy in Commander though, but I'm not seeing it in Standard.
Mutavault's really good. It got played in just about everything, and it still sees play in older formats sometimes. I think it's still pretty popular in Pioneer, so people are excited about it coming back to Standard, even attached to a creature. The creature rate is pretty generic for the ramp. The fact that it has Changeling lets it like enable some types in green, so there's a lot of, I don't know. I could go either way on this one. I'm pretty torn on Mutable Explorer. Right now, we still have the Overlord of the Hauntwoods, which is basically the impending 3 that makes an everywhere land that taps for mana of any color. And that becomes a 6/5 eventually. So it's kind of in the same space. But in a typal deck, you'd rather have Mutable Explorer. If you were going to run a Goblin deck or a high perfect Morkant Elf deck, you'd rather have Mutable Explorer. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm on a 3, I guess. If it didn't see play, I wouldn't be stunned. But yeah, not much of a gotcha, just a good card. It's a decent little card.
He's very cute, or whatever it is.
Speaking of cute,
where are we going with this one? Okay, I don't know if I'd call it cute, but sure.
Okay.
Oko Lorwyn Liege, 2 neutral, 1 blue. This is a Planeswalker. Are all Planeswalker legendary? I didn't say it because I felt like it was.
Yes.
Okay. At the beginning of your main phase, you may pay 1 green. If you do, transform Oko. You don't do that though. It has 3 loyalty, +2, up to 1 target creature gains all creature types. +1, target creature gets -2, -0 until your next turn. When you transform Oko, does it keep its loyalty? Before I even look at what it does, that's actually really interesting.
Does.
Okay, that's another mechanic I didn't understand. Okay, cool. So you want, I could just tell. Wait. So you want to? Sorry, I just saw the other card because there's only a minus loyalty. So you want? I'm going under the assumption when I transform this, I want to bank as much as I possibly can. So let me go through the other side before we talk about this. I do like the fact that one side's blue and one side's green. That's really interesting. You get Oko Shadowmoor Scion. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 blue if you do transform Oko. Here's another question. Oh, no, never mind. It's only done in the first main phase. I was gonna say if I could transform a planeswalker, but I've already used one of their abilities, but I transform it afterwards, can I use another one of their abilities? Does that ever happen?
No, only once per turn. Since it's not exiling and returning to the battlefield, since it's just staying on the battlefield and flipping, transforming, then no, it still knows that the other ability happened and you can't use it again.
Okay. -1. Mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. -3. Create 2 3/3 green elk creature tokens. -6. Choose a creature type. You get an emblem with creatures you control of the chosen type. Get +3/+3. And have vigilance and hexproof. That's for the rest of the game. You get an emblem. I'm imagining that's on the board. Okay. Okay. So you start with 3. This is 3 mana. I play this. Up to 1 target creature gains all creature types. Okay, so you would want to do that, and then you would want to do the -6, because I think that if it interacts like Hearthstone, it would target every creature type, which means they all get it. Target creature gets -2/-0 until the end of your. I just feel like this might be too slow.
Slow.
You're paying
Oko slow. It's a 3 mana Oko.
Yeah, but I mean, what is it doing?
Well, the last one turned everything into elk and made food and had like 6 loyalty. This isn't quite that, is it?
This feels like if I played this, I'm probably just losing the game.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Is that wrong? Like
you'd rather have a mutable explorer?
I'd rather have a mutable explorer. Well, okay, so you play this. It's 3 mana. If you do the +2 in virtually almost every situation, it's probably doing nothing other than giving you 2 loyalty. So that's not any tempo whatsoever, unless like obviously you have some kind of like aura or whatever that affects those creature types. But for the most part, I would say like it's not doing a whole lot. The +1 is also fine, but if I'm playing this on turn 3, that means that I'm probably doing nothing else for the rest of my turn. I just gave something -2, -0. So I'm just doing that to increase my loyalty. I'm going to assume. Then I have to pay mana to transform it. So I'm already down 1 mana. Milling the 3 cards to add 1 of them into your hand for -1, I guess is good. Like that one's fine. -3 to create 3/3 green elk creature tokens. So that would be on turn 4. And I guess I'm not spending the mana on it, so it's fine tempo. I don't think you're ever getting to the -6. I feel like that is just straight Disneyland. So is this card worth playing for the swap to get the draw cards and or the 2 3/3 green elk creature tokens? So maybe if you really want the card draw, this might be worth it. The creature, I guess the tokens are fine too, but you only get to do that once and then you have to swap it back. Where like at least if you're doing the mill, it's you play this, you swap it at the start of your turn, you add 2 cards to your graveyard, and you draw a card, and maybe that's beneficial for whatever deck you're playing. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm talking like in such specific. It's a 2 for me. I honestly think it's a commander card, but like maybe there's some credit to be given with that -1, but I don't see it.
Does this card change your mind?
Diligent Zookeeper, 3 neutral, 1 green creature. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types to a maximum of 10. Okay, so you play Oko, you don't transform it, you play the +2, and then all of a sudden you have a 10/10 for whatever creature you're playing.
No, actually, this was just I was just seeing if I could get you. It says each non-human creature, so since it gains all creature types, it wouldn't even get a bonus. It's so stupid. Somebody sent this to me, and I was just like, well, I had a moment of like, what?
I felt for the same thing. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty sick.
That would be sick. No, they messed that up. No,
they're cooking. Sure.
I think the best part of Oko is the -3 for the 2 elks, and I think if you get turn 1 Llanowar elf, turn 2 Oko, turn 3 make 2 elks, you're probably going to win the game in 2012.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I think this card is bad.
it doesn't give me any, like, yeah, it didn't spark joy whatsoever. So I'm right there with you.
No, I hate it. Actually, it makes me so sad. I actually am gonna give it a 1. I'm a little spiteful that they made in my opinion, another bad Oko, and I hope it actually turns out to be good. So this is a nice clip later, but I hate this card.
Bad is subjective here because I think in Commander it might have potential.
I don't think it has potential in Commander at all. I think it's even worse in Commander.
Interesting.
I do. In general, Planeswalkers in Commander are a lot worse than they are in 1v1 because 3 different players can attack the Planeswalker directly, and they usually do because of the reputation Planeswalkers have in Magic, and it's just like free value to attack it. So a turn you spend casting a Planeswalker is a turn that you could have spent casting a creature, and if your opponent spent those turns casting creatures, they just go, oop, kill, smash, dead Oko. Nice job. You got nothing.
How valuable is it though to have like the give a creature all creature types in Commander?
Seems terrible.
Oh, okay. I actually don't. I didn't know the answer to that, so I figured out.
I mean, some freaking Commander Timmies are going to be down there talking about how their Bracket Zero deck benefits from having the maximum number of unicorns, and obviously they're going to play Oko in their unicorn deck. Shut up. Nobody cares. Nobody would. Like, actually, nobody cares. Oh, okay. You have fun, okay? We're not evaluating this for your unicorn deck, okay, dude.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, then I agree with you. Horrible card.
Horrible card. Terrible card.
Doesn't look good at all.
Oh my god. Let's look at a blue card. Let's just save us. I guess that technically was one, but I don't like it.
All right, what do we got here? Glenn Elendraz. Yeah, sure. Answers: 2 neutral, 2 blue. Instant. The spell can't be countered. Counter all spells your opponent controls and all abilities your opponent control. Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying for each spell and ability counters this way. Whoa! Wait, that's kind of sick. Wait, so it's like a reverse Uno. You literally get to
a reverse Uno.
Yeah, you've
been playing way too many card games. But go on.
No, but you play like your opponent casts a really good. Wait, this actually has so much potential. This is kind of sick. Hearthstone has never had. I guess Hearthstone kind of has something like this, but Hearthstone has a secret called Mana Ward. I want to call it Mana Ward, which is 3 mana. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, you get a copy of it that costs 0. The problem of that is that your opponent gets to decide what spell they play first, and usually they're playing around counter spell anyways, so they're gonna play like the worst spell in their hand every single time to get rid of that secret, which means you're also getting it. This is instant and it can't be countered. You also counter the spell and you get a copy of it. What is the so when you create the fairy creature token, that's on board, and then like does it tap to do the spell? Oh no, you just create a 1/1 blue. Oh, never mind. I thought I read that wrong. I thought it was gonna be like you get a creature with that spell on it. Never mind. Oh, I was about to be so excited.
I don't know what that means, but cool.
Like you get to create, like imagine your opponent casts counterspell. Okay. You create a 1/1 blue black fairy creature token with counterspell on it that you could tap to use counterspell.
Okay, that's a whole different line of text.
Let's go. I was like this, but that's not the case. Now, regardless, even though you just get a bunch of 1/1 fairy creature tokens, which is fine. Well, depending on how many things you're countering. How does this work though? Like, this doesn't have to be on the stack. Like, you could just play this, or I guess it's the stuff that they use, and then you use the answer.
I mean, in the ideal perfect world, the opponent would put a bunch of triggers on the stack, and you would cast Glenn Elendra's answer, which would clear the stack, countering all the other triggers and making fairies. So, for example, I think one of the coolest use cases for this would be when the opponent uses their uncounterable Superior Spider-Man to reanimate Bringer of the New Dawn, which comes out of the graveyard, which resurrects all creatures from the graveyard. And then all the creatures from the graveyard create like 20 Terror of the Peaks triggers, which is a thing that people are doing in Standard right now on turn 4, which then is supposed to just kill you instantly on the spot. Now you respond with Glenn Elendra's answer, you counter all of those triggers, and you get like 50 fairies.
Wait. So do they still get the all of the minions they summon from the interaction?
So there's a few ways you could do it depending what's in their graveyard. You could do it in response to the way I just described, which they would keep their minions, or you could do it in response to the trigger of the card they cast that would reanimate those minions in the first place. You would only get one fairy, but you would keep them from ever getting all those minions in the first place. There's actually a lot of spots where you can use it.
Yeah, I think this card is I don't know. This card is really interesting. I don't know if it's strictly better than like a counter spell, but I guess because you're also doing the abilities, like it's really like that's really good. That is such an interesting. This card in Yu-Gi-Oh would go crazy. Like this card would be insane. In Hearthstone, this doesn't interact very positively, unfortunately, just the way that the game mechanically is designed. But I like this card a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if. The way I read it the first time, I was like, they auto included literally everything I'm playing. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm only playing blue from now on. But even this, obviously reading the card correctly, this still seems extremely good. It's very versatile too, which is awesome. And you can create such an interesting counterattack when it goes back to your turn if you just have a bunch of fairy creature tokens, right?
I've also chosen this one to show you the alt art for the set.
Oh.
This is the special alt art frame for this set.
I was going to ask you, do you have the alt art for the emptiness? But I don't know if they made one.
I do have it.
Oh, interesting design here.
The emptiness is a different frame. So what do you think of this one? This is the, do they have a technical name for this one?
Let's see. The answer. It's kind of
it's the showcase frame, but
what, the emptiness?
No, this is the showcase frame is for the answer here. You think that's fine?
Yeah, looks good.
You're like, man, it's good. But
I mean, it doesn't. I have no affinity towards it, so it's fine. But
all right, cool. Here comes emptiness. This one is called this is the borderless for this set.
Whoa! Damn! Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I love the hole in the middle of the head. It's great.
That is actually. Does Lorwyn Eclipsed have a serialized card in it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Oh. Is it still possible to get a box?
yes, it is. It's not Final Fantasy, bro.
Okay.
I'm sure they wish it was, but yeah, it's still available. You can still pre-order your Lorwyn, at least at the time that I'm recording this. Yeah, okay. It'll be fine.
All right. I do think the answer is very good. I don't know how good it will be in standard. That one I am very like that. I guess it really depends on what you're countering. I think in Commander, this card has so much potential.
Oh, like yeah.
This is a 4-player
stack. Oh, yeah.
So
4 mana is a lot, but if you do it, you're going to do it. Oh, my God. Yep. In standard, it's probably a niche, like a 2. Like it's every now and then you might want it, but probably only has 1 or 2 of. You can't. I don't know if I'm the only person crazy enough to run 4 of these and call it a win con. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Honestly, it might be a win con on its own. Like
that's my content.
Depending 100%. On how many spells it has, I 100% agree with you. Mm-hmm. Looks awesome.
What do you think of this card?
Spring Leaf Drum, an artifact. Tap an untapped creature you control at 1 mana of any color. Oh, it's like create your own Llanowar elves.
Yeah,
but you need to do it on another creature other than itself, and that works on tokens, I'm assuming.
Yeah, as long as it's a creature token.
Oh, that's a cool card. Man, that's. Do you just add this to green and then just be like, yeah, this is pretty good?
I mean, it also gives Llanowar elves to any other deck.
Yeah, but
as long as it has cheap creatures that it doesn't care about attacking or blocking with.
Drum interacts positively with Badger, correct?
Oh God. You tap an untapped creature you control. Not the way you want it to. So Badger is if you tap a creature for mana, you get the additional. Drum is if the drum creates the mana. So no, it doesn't work with Badger Mole. I don't think.
I thought it was cooking, man. Well, maybe it's good that it doesn't do that though.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I still think this is good. This card would be really scary in Hearthstone if you could have a neutral mana gain. I'm not sure if every class would want to run it, but it also depends on what deck you're running. Like most mid-range to late game decks probably like this card. That has to be a creature is kind of annoying though, but I don't know, I think in my mind it's better than it seems. In theory, this sounds extremely good, but do you really have the time to play a card like this and tap and have a creature on board? If you don't have a creature, this is literally useless, unfortunately.
That is the sad truth. So this is probably like a 26 to 30 creature kind of deck card,
and then you're just hoping you have enough to get to a really good creature. Yeah, but then it's like, if you're running that many creatures, is it almost just better just to curve out?
I mean, it also combos with this card.
Gran. You've shown me this before. You laugh, so I don't know if this is gonna actually be good, but when Gran becomes tap, draw a card and then discard a card. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast as long as there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. It's a little bit of Disneyland, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
The first, I do see what you're saying though. Like you play Gran, you have the drum, you tap it, you draw a card and discard a card, and like maybe that ends up being a really good engine for you. But
now, by the way, do you remember the episode we did about Gran and the conspiracy theory of AI like making commander decks for old people? Yeah.
Yep.
So the person responsible came forward, by the way, on Reddit.
Did they?
Yes, they did. One person wrote a script. They were trying to influence like EDH Rec. They were basically trying to manipulate the EDH Rec data to like. They're probably gonna get mad because I'm gonna simplify their epic, very intelligent post down to they were fucking around.
That is incredible.
They came forward. They admitted it once the podcast like exposed them, and
that is so, incredible though. Like that is so awesome.
Look at us changing the world one yap fest.
I mean, you
at
did
a time.
that all on your own. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Well, there you go.
That's funny as hell.
Springleaf Drum's a good card. It's a reprint. It has been out before. It was good before, and it gave acceleration to artifact decks that didn't use green, which mattered a lot. But they also had 0 mana creatures in that format. Ornithopter was in that format. I mean, it's a very fast format, and it's a cheap card. So I kind of think it's going to see play. I think the Drum's going to be a gamer card. I'm not ready to give it a 4 though.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how positively it interacts, but I'm not losing my mind about it, unfortunately. But maybe I'm wrong.
Drum's at its best when you can go turn 1 creature, turn 2 drum, and use that creature and drum and your other mana for your 2-drop. So you are already ahead. And then from there, the next turn, you have 4 mana potentially, right? So it's also really good in formats where artifacts are useful, like just having an artifact around turns on something else, like Metalcraft back in the day. So it's a cool piece. I'm just not sure what to give it. So I'm going to give it a 3.
All right, I'll give it a 3 too. I think that's fair. I'm not. I think neutral mana gain is interesting. So
it is. Sometimes ramp in other colors gets scary fast.
I was also just going to say, like, I think it's one of those cards that at some point it's probably just going to be good. It just needs the right tools for it, right? So I see what you're saying.
Alrighty. How about this one? This is a crazy one. Made me think of you.
Why of me?
Because you like crazy cards.
More song Aria? Aria sounds Aria.
More song Ariana Grande.
Oh.
That's how I think of it.
There's all right, let's see the effect then. Let's see if you're right. 1 neutral, 2 black, legendary enchantment. Players can't draw cards or gain life. Oh. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it into their hand, and shuffles.
What are we doing here? What's this?
God, in standard, I think it's absolute garbage. But in Commander, that's so intriguing. Wow,
It's standard, it's 3 mana, lose the game. Is that what you're saying?
I think in standard you can't play this, but I I really like it in Commander.
I really want to play this in Standard and see if I can win a game. It sounds like the ultimate content creator challenge.
Yeah, there's a card. There's a card in Hearthstone called Surrender the Madness, which is, I believe it was 3 mana, and it's destroy 3 mana crystals, give every one of your minions in your deck +3/+3. That card was so garbage because you're basically just saying, I'm down 3 mana. This isn't as bad, but giving, like, especially in 2026 Magic the Gathering, you can't pay 3 mana to do nothing because that's what you're doing here. And then on top of that, you're losing 3 life to draw a particular card. But your opponent gets that activation. There's no way. There's no way you're running a card like this. No shot. In Commander.
This card is so funny in Commander.
In Commander,
like, this is kind of cracked.
Do people want this to be played against them? Probably, right?
Some do. Not the one who has a Ristic Study or a draw engine online or who's playing a life gain deck.
Yeah,
but some
you're
people,
right.
Some people are going to be like, that's the weird thing about it, is like, it matters in my mind in Commander, it matters who goes after you. Because if the person going after you is the one with the draw engine or the life gain, they're just going to search up something and blow this up ASAP because they're winning or because it messes with their strategy. But if the person right after you, say you're going after me and you're not the one with the draw engine, then you're going to go get something probably to protect this or mess with that player who has the draw engine, right? You're not going to mess with this. You love this.
I like this card. Cool card. It's got that Mr. Negative effect to it. And I kind of like that.
Can we also just say that with any effects like Gran or like wheel effects, like this card is absolutely insane because players can't draw cards. So like discard your hand, draw 7 becomes discard your hand.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah. I will, again, in Commander, or sorry, in Standard, I think it's unplayable. I think it's a 1.
No, it's the coolest one we're going to review today, probably.
Yeah, really cool card here. Really cool card. I would 100% agree with that. That's crazy.
Let's do some more evoking. Let's evoke some more. It's fun.
Vibrance. Is that the dog? What is this?
Is that the dog?
The dog called... This is like a plant dog. What the hell?
Do you name your dog Vibrance? Is this you after enough coffee?
No. Vibrance isn't a horrible name, though. When I think of pet names, I want a name that's really easy to say. Like it flows out like really not like cleanly.
Vibes. You can call your pet Vibes.
What the fuck is this art?
That's the other art. What do you think?
A second. Let me read the card first, then we'll talk about this. Okay, 3 neutral hybrid red green ×2. When this creature enters, if red was spent to cast it, this creature deals 3 damage to any target. Okay. When this creature enters, if green was spent to cast it, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay, I think this card's insane. And you gain 2 life. Actually nuts. You in green, you just evoke this to get a free land. Feels good, man.
It does go to your hand, not the battlefield.
I still think you take it.
Okay, all right. You're right in that searching for any land is not normal. Usually you have to get a basic land. This gets any land, which that seems kind of terrifying in other formats, to be honest, because there are some busted lands that have been printed. Oh my God. But
you know what's weird about this card is I'm surprised it doesn't have all creature types.
Why?
It's like, what is this thing? Like an elemental incarnation? Like, I'll give you an example. In Hearthstone, we have amalgams, which is all creature types. Obviously, you guys have like way more creature types than we do, but like, look at this. Like, this is what our creature looks like. It kind of reminds me of it. That's why I'm like shocked. But maybe it's probably for balancing.
Adaptive amalgam has all minion types. Sure, I guess. I think that the elemental incarnation is just a commit to the bit for Wizards of the Coast. Like, this is a cycle. If this card had existed in a vacuum, maybe it would have changeling, which means it would have all creature types. Maybe
like a flavor kind of thing. Sure.
Maybe. I think it'd be kind of busted in that case. It would go in so many commander decks. Oh my God.
Amalgams are usually like, they have to balance them in a very particular way. Because sometimes they're just really good. But cool, man. That's a good card. I actually think
that's a good card.
Finding Commander looks really good. Standard, probably playable, especially because you also get the 2 life, so you're at least getting something that impacts the board. Other than just drawing the land that you're looking for specifically. I like this card a lot. I think it's really good.
Like kind of the way they did most of these incarnations. I like that one mode is usually good in situation A and the other is good in very different situation B. So situation A, you're getting your ass kicked by mono red. You can kill a thing. It'll probably cost you 2 more life now, but you can do it. And then on the other side, if you're against a control deck or a value deck and you're going long, then you use situation B. And I think that being able to spend the double green or spend the double red is going to be so easy with the mana in this format. As long as you're willing to use all your rare wild cards on your mana base, you'll be totally fine. So there you go. Vibrance, Good card. Is 3? What do you think?
I always want to say 4, but I don't think you're built.
All the red green decks, huh?
Well, I don't even think you need to put it in the red deck. Like, I think you're just putting this in green. Like, what do I care about the versatility there? Like, I just drawing a land. Any land is just good for green, especially picking the one you want, and then it interacts positively with a bunch of their own stuff, right? So it's like,
yeah, it continues to mess up blue because you can go get your Cavern of Souls, so I can't counter anything that I wasn't able to counter anyway. So it was great. Love it. It's awesome. So much fun. Magic.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I actually, you said 4 was like a deck would be built around it. That's my problem. I don't think it would be that. So it'd have to be a 3, but a very strong 3.
All right. 3 for the vibes. That's what we'll do.
Good card. Good card. What the hell?
All right. Let's incarnate one more time. These are fun.
Okay. Wistfulness. 3 neutral mana hybrid green blue ×2. You see how that rhymes? They call me Dr. Seuss. When this creature enters, if green was spent to cast it, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Okay, that's not bad. When this creature enters, if blue was spent to cast it, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Whoa, 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 whoa. Both of those are sick. Okay, it's a 6/5, but you're never casting it for that. There's no way. So
I think you might. Just not in every game. You know, it's like a 80% rule, right? 20% you probably cast it for 5.
Would I rather spend 5 to cast the 6/5, or would I rather spend 2 to draw 2 and discard 1?
Hey, that's 5 for a 6/5 that exiles an artifact or enchantment and draws 2 and discards 1.
Wait, is that how that interacts?
Yes, that's how all these interact.
Wait, but hold on. Am I trolling here? Because you need to spend both blue or both green.
Yeah,
this, right?
Yeah.
So you're
use it for the generic part of the cost. Yeah, the 3 part you can spend blue as part of the 3.
You're so
and green
right.
green as the others. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's retroactively make all those cards that we saw earlier just slightly better, because
yeah, when you pay the hard cost, you get you can get all the modes.
Oh, okay. I in my mind I was like, yeah, the neutrals don't count. It's like how you use the hybrid mana. But yeah, you're right, because you can spend whatever mana you want to cast this. So if you get both options at 5 mana, that's pretty good. Okay, I see what you're saying. This is probably the one that you want to use that the most comparatively from the other ones still. So I think my analysis on the other ones is fine, and yes, I'm coping slightly, but we'll be okay.
Nice.
With that.
All right. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
I think
we agreed on them anyway, actually.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Actually, let me just cut that from the video. I knew what I was talking about the whole time.
Reset. Yeah, reboot, restart. Hold on. Where are we at? We're at 1 hour and 13-minute recording time. Restart. Reboot the whole thing.
What's evoking? Sorry, that was a joke because you said okay. I still think you're like, yeah, you're kind of okay with the green, and maybe you want to spend 5 on this, but I think you really like the 2 mana, draw 2 cards and discard 1. I'm also like, in some circumstances, just getting rid of an artifact or an enchantment seems fine, and you're probably happy with that, because I think that's probably what, like, on rate for destroying an artifact or an enchantment. Maybe a little worse. I'm not sure if
it's good for that, especially for exiling it. Yeah, if there's like indestructible artifacts or enchantments or like things that come back from the graveyard, you just want it gone.
I think this is great then.
It's pretty good. It's
I
pretty
think
good
this card's
wistful
awesome.
card.
In the same way as Vibrance, like this is probably just a strong 3. Like again, you're not building a deck around this, but I feel like this is very easy to add because I do know that you guys like the average rate for drawing is about 3 mana to draw 2. So for 2 to draw 2 and discard a card, which may have some benefits for you, I think this is very, very strong. So I'm a big fan.
So hear me out, right? Turn 1, you play your Moon Shadow. Turn 2, you evoke Wistfulness with using blue. So that's a counter off your Moon Shadow when it sacrifices, and you discard a permanent, and that's a counter off your Moon Shadow when you discard a permanent, and you're already a 1 mana 3/3 menace. You've already broke it. It's over. You won the game basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying these are real
horrible
things.
That's not horrible, I think. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to look at the pretty dinosaur. Here's the other art.
Is this a dinosaur?
I don't know what it is. It's an elemental incarnation.
Hold on. What is his face in the altar though?
he's grouchy dinosaur. Or he's high as a kite. I can't tell.
I was gonna say he's high as a kite.
Yeah. That's it. Libby, blow it up.
That's pretty funny.
The emptiness one I think is a lot more evocative. That one is just, yeah, that's the vibes. That's actual vibrance right there in wistfulness.
I do like the fact how they're like very colorful and very I don't know, they did a good job with the altar too. The art, I can see why people were excited for this to come back because it does seem like a really like good thematic set.
Oh yeah, people love this place. People love Lorwyn. Look at this pretty. We haven't covered Merfolk actually at all, so let's try this one out.
Disruptor of Currents, 3 neutral, 2 blue. Merfolk Wizard Flash, Convoke. Your creatures can help cast the spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 neutral mana or 1 mana of that creature's color. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target non-permanent to its owner's hand. Flashing's kind of interesting. So what is this good for? I guess if your opponent like cheats out a minion from the graveyard or a creature from the graveyard, you can bounce it back to their hand. I mean, like, what if you have nothing else on the board? This feels kind of bad.
You don't seem super impressed.
See, in Hearthstone, we've had Sap, which was just 2 mana, bounce a thing back to your opponent's hand. And that card was like so freaking annoying to play against. Like it was actually atrocious. But
we've got a lot of that in Magic. There's a lot of that effect.
Yeah, so like 5 mana for a 3/3 to do this doesn't sound great. Now, obviously you can convoke it, but that's at the cost of like stopping your creatures from doing anything else. I guess it does have flash. Like obviously we don't have flash in Hearthstone, so by waiting for your opponent to invest into whatever thing they want to, and then you do this, that obviously they can't respond, which is a benefit. And then you also get the 3/3. There are useful cases for this card. I just feel like it's very niche. But like, the thing is like the otter deck is blue and red, right?
Yeah. So
if you have a ton of otters and you can just use that to convoke, then it doesn't feel as bad because you have the tokens readily available to make this like a very low cost creature, and that feels great. But I feel like you need a very particular circumstance for this to be like extremely good, when most of the time it doesn't feel like that would be the case. But I think like this is the type of card that you really need to know like the deck building around it and like understanding like if it's actually needed. So like I can't say it's bad because it might be very, very good in some situations, but overall like probably a 2.
I think it's a nasty rare. I am curious what you think of this one, because this, okay, I'm going to show you another card. Tell me which one you think is better, because they're very similar.
Selfless Safe Rights. This is from the same set? Yeah, this is from the same set.
Yep.
3 neutral to green, Elf Warrior, Flash, Convoke. Okay. When this creature enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control of that type can hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. Indestructible means that they can't die from combat and spell damage, right? Like both, just they're just chilling.
Or destroy all creature effects. Yeah.
I like the green one a lot more.
A lot more? Okay. Interesting.
But it's too different. Okay, like it's the problem is that Disruptor gains you tempo because in the right circumstances, you're probably hitting something that your opponent invested into and they lost all that mana, and therefore you get to untap everything and then you're so far ahead. Because if this is flash and you convoke it in an instant speed and you get to do that at a very prime time, you're getting such a tempo advantage. Selfless is like, that's great, but you also need to understand that you need to protect your board for a particular reason, and you also need to be able to clap back pretty hard the turn after. But both of them are good in their own way. I think the green one on average is probably going to be better, but they're both like probably pretty equal in power level. They're just different. They're doing different stuff. It's like, I hate the saying comparing apple to oranges, but they're kind of like that. Like, they both do their own thing very well.
Do you like fruit or not? That's the question.
Overall,
how do you like your fruit?
I like the concept of both of these. I feel like the blue one has higher highs though. Like, I think the blue one is, you could absolutely dismantle somebody with that card. Like, that could be really gross. So
I think you're right on that. The combat blowouts with disruptor cards are insane. The thing with Selfless Safe Right is we get the Weeb Bait art for the set, so you can check that out. That's why we're looking at it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not a weeb, so I mean, it's nice.
No effect on you. Just bounces off you.
No,
nothing. Okay,
it's a nice looking card, to be fair. But yeah,
the fracture foils are. They do hit you in the face when you open one. That is a fracture foil thing that I do like, is you absolutely get smacked in the face by them when you crack one in a pack. But there is that going on. I opened one. Yeah, I did. I'll show it to you. This wasn't a card I was going to rate today, but this is the card I opened.
Bloom Tender. Oh, that is very nice.
Oh yeah, shiny.
Very colorful set. Like, very. The art style's great here. I keep saying it, but I really genuinely mean it. One neutral, one green, vivid. For each color among permanents you control, add one mana of that color. That's actually a sick card. In Commander, that's actually amazing.
Nailed it. Yeah, it's a sick Commander card. That's true. Yep. Bloom Tender. That one I think was like $40 or $50 before the reprint, so I can't wait to find out what this is worth. At the time of recording, I have no idea. I've been sitting on it for a few months. So there's that, but
he's got a gold mine we just don't know about.
Yeah, my retirement fund. Guys, please push up Fracture Foil Bloom Tender. Don't do that. I am absolutely not a financial Magic guy. You shouldn't listen to me in any way, and I am not asking you to manipulate the market. Just, to make it so I don't have to play Magic anymore, please. I'm just kidding. I actually like this set a lot. This set has a density of banger cards, to be honest.
Seems like it.
I haven't shown you I'll show you one more for the road since we're doing good. We're actually turned out okay on time. I'm going to show you the serialized card for the set. I want to know what you think of this card.
This is Nightmare Fuel. Bitter Bloom Bearer. 2 black. Flash flying at the beginning of your upkeep. You lose 1 life and create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying, and it's a 1/1. Okay, compare. So what is the importance of flash here? So you would flash if you have mana left over at the end of your opponent's turn, so you get the 1/1 and then you just untap anyways. I'm gonna guess that seems not bad, and you get that at the beginning of losing 1 life is fine because like you're getting tempo in return. We have a card in Hearthstone that was released in 2016 called Morose. I don't know if I've ever showed you him. But he is a 3 mana 1/1 with stealth, and at the end of your turn, you create a 1/1 token. Basically, that's what it is. And that card was absolute garbage. So,
okay,
but you have flying here, and I'm gonna call it a upside potentially with lose 1 life. So. There is a huge chance this becomes really. This is the card they picked for the serialized though. Very interesting.
You are unimpressed. It sounds like.
Well, I mean, I don't know the entire set, but this one feels very like tame. Like I feel like when it comes to serialized cards, you should pick like what they believe is going to be the most popular card, but also one that's very flashy and exciting, right?
I don't think I ever showed you this card. Let me show you another one.
Bitter Blossom. 1 neutral, 1 black. Hey, this is an old card.
It is from
Tribal
18 years ago.
What the hell's a tribal enchantment?
Yeah, tribal enchantment's a super type in Magic that is like artifact, instant, sorcery, etc. That makes it, I don't know, makes the permanent a permanent of the creature type.
Okay, so this is basically, okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you put a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying into play. So the new version is just strictly better, which makes sense because it's like years later. This is from the original Lorwyn, which makes sense. So I understand why they're making this. It comes full circle. Like the
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like the people who want
it.
That's kind of, I mean, I guess this card's like pretty decent though. Flash, flying, and you get to do that at the end of your opponent's turn theoretically. So you get to get the two 1/1s that are able to attack immediately, and you get your mana at the start of your turn. So that's better than Bitter Blossom. So maybe, but also you're not playing this. You're not playing your serialized version in real life. So
no,
I would assume you're not.
No, you don't. I'm sure there are some that do.
That is, dude. There is no way. You actually think people do that?
Yes.
Holy,
Have you not played?
No, I'm not.
Never? You wouldn't riffle shuffle your serialized cards?
I would. No. If any collectible card gets in my like hands, it is going away in a box in my closet. I'm not looking at it for years. I'm gonna remember 5 years down the road, like, oh yeah, man, I have that card. What the hell? And then we'll go from there. I'm not touching it. Are you insane?
Oh my god. I'm gonna hand you a deck full of serialized cards next time you come out here, and you're gonna have to shuffle and play with it and see how you handle it.
No. It's one thing if it's one thing if it's mine. It's another thing if it's yours. Like, that is crazy to say out loud. I'd be so worried I would ruin any of them. You would have to like sign a document with me that says if one of them is damaged, there will be no repercussions, and we're still gonna be friends.
Sure, we'll have a lawyer in the room. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's great. Oh my gosh. So Bitter Blossom in its day was the bee's knees, nutter butters. Everybody loved this card. It was like play it on turn 2 and then counter and remove everything for the rest of the game and you win. It's great. It's easy. It's just nonstop value machine in old Magic.
I just realized the synergy with that card with
I was gonna say it with drum. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, you always have a body for the drum. That's true.
Wait, what were you gonna say with like Disruptor or Selfless?
I was gonna say with Disruptor of Currents, yeah, because you flash this out on turn 2, and on turn 3 you just play an untapped land, and you already have Disruptor mana, so you're already flashing out a 3/3, bouncing their best thing, going to work. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do you remember the card that I said was like a 2 that you said was like a 4, and you were much more right
that happens a lot. So what card were we talking about specifically?
Shut your damn mouth. It's a cat. Do you remember the cat
from Duskmorn? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm amazing.
That's not the point. The point is you flash out the freaking Bitterbloom Bearer if you have it for like 1 or 2 turns, and you make some 1/1s and you play the Curiosity. You're drawing a ton of cards. You get like a little evasive army off 1 card that then turns into a bunch of cards, and you're still playing at flash speed. The freaking Dimir tempo deck in Standard has been unchanged, I think, since Duskmorn. Like no new cards have gone into it, and it's still been a contender like all year, even with all the things that got banned. Nothing from it ever got banned, and it was always like right there contending. And now it finally gets a new card. Like the Bitterbloom Bearer just goes right into that deck. So it's actually very exciting. I think it will be an expensive card, and it's really funny that on its own it's very unassuming, but as the chase card in the set, the serialized card, I think it's the right call. I think it's going to sell the set.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
How's your caffeine? You wearing down?
Pretty good.
You see you had enough Magic cards? You still caffeinated?
I'm still fine.
All right. Well, that's going to be Lorwyn in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So that's an exciting batch of Magic the Gathering cards. I can't wait to never be able to counter a spell again and just die to mono red.
Is that where you're gonna end it? Wait, did he die? Hello?